Hey everybody, it's Richard at Richard's Vinyl Taphouse, and this is a February pickups video. Probably going to break this into two parts for things that were used records and CDs and stuff, and then we'll talk about newer purchases too. Um, Starting up with things from Canada, I've been on the hunt for things like Max Webster and Matt Mays, thanks to my Canadian friends in the VC who have recommended them highly. They are tricky to find, but interestingly, I found three Max Webster albums just this month. So we found a very early one called Mutiny Up My Sleeve, which is excellent. This is my absolute favorite find, although the cover is in kind of condition. The vinyl's great. Universal Juveniles. I absolutely love this album. This is a lot of fun. I'll talk about this one in a second. And this is 1981, kind of a greatest hits, or at least a retrospective of their earlier material up to Universal Juveniles, but not including that, called Diamonds, Diamonds. So yeah, three Max Webster albums in one go. My favorite is absolutely got to be this one. Main reason being is that Rush actually play on this album. The song called, what is it called? I'm going to get this right. I don't want to screw it up. Battle Scar. And right there, it even shows you the entire band is playing with Max Webster on this one. Getty sings. It is stunning, and it kind of explains to me why this album is so hard to find, because probably Rush fans that know about this are trying to find this. I would love to find a better cover copy than that one, but hey, it's Max Webster found three in one go. Also found a Matt Mays CD that was recommended by Rob over at Northern Revolutions. Matt Mays and El Torpedo. This has Cocaine Cowgirl. Is that what it's called? Yes. Single off of this one. This is a rocker. It's really awesome. This one surprised me no end. I might have to go pick up more Matt Mays stuff. So there's some Canadian things I picked up this month. I'm going to jump into CDs real fast. Dada is putting out, I think it's their second album, called El Subliminoso, out for Record Store Day. I wanted to give it a sample to see if it was something I want to pick up. I picked up Puzzle last year. I think this one's going to be on the spendy side when it comes out. This is a pretty solid album. This one rocks a little bit harder than Puzzle. Yeah, still early days in listening to this one, but I'm not sure if I'm going to sneak it out on Record Store Day, but we will see. What else have we picked up in the used department? When Alex Beard Vinyl was in town, Steve Carlson and he and I went to Twisted Shout. This is one of the ones I picked up in the used section. Ian McNabb was the lead singer, principal songwriter for Icicle Works back in the 80s. Is still out there producing albums, making albums. Multi-instrumentalist. He does some great solo work. It's just really hard to find here. This is just a EP CD single. EP. We'll stick with that. 4-song EP called Great Dreams of Heaven. This sounds amazing, and it's really making me want to dig deeper into Ian McNabb's discography, at least as much as I could find. This was like $3. I'm like, sure, I'm not passing that up. Great stuff on here. Every song is a banger. Well produced. Love stuff like that. What else did I find? Another Comsat Angels album. CS Angels in North America for some silly reason. Independence Day, Will You Stay Tonight, A World Away. The album is called Land. I think this is one of their earliest, if not maybe their first album. Promo copy, which is always a nice little bonus. There they are, looking all cool. Yeah, Comsat Angels are another band I want to pick up. Whatever I can find. Another band that's tricky to pick up in the States. I don't know how much of their discography was released in North America, but that is a banger too. This was a surprise find. Went to a store called Invincible Records here in Denver and picked up probably way too much. Found two of the Max Websters at that store, and I also found this. So, you know. Cactus World News were Irish band. Very U2-ish / big country sound to them, with some really interesting guitar effects. I have never seen this. So this is a 12-inch of The Bridge, which was produced by Bono of U2 for a single. And literally, I've never seen this. So this says 2 B-side has The Other Extreme and Frontiers, both of which I don't think I've ever heard before because they were not released on other comps or anything. So this was a neat little find. Definitely UK issue. I can't figure out what label it says. It doesn't tell me. But anyway, I'm always happy to find something like that. I was talking to the record store owner. It's like, I've never seen this in a while. I didn't even know it existed. 2 kind of classic albums. Really happy to finally add Cheap Trick's debut album to my collection. This was a nice, cheap later copy. Very clean copy. Super sounding. This surprised me. I'm familiar with this album, but I haven't really explored it in depth all the way through. This and In Color are probably now my favorite Cheap Trick albums, just because they just rock in a different way than what their later stuff is and has been. Maybe a little bit more commercial on the later side, where this is just like we're a band trying to prove ourselves, and it is a stomper. So a lot of the songs off of this are kind of all over the map. Hello Kitty's on here. He's a Whore. What a great name for a song. Gotta love it. Daddy Should. Some of their classics, and then some. So great album from Cheap Trick. Last but not least, if you haven't heard of the Connells, you probably should. The Connells are a band out of Raleigh, North Carolina. Sam St. John kind of reminded me about this band, and I started digging back into their catalog. And everyone has been recommending Boylan Heights, named after a neighborhood in Raleigh. This has kind of an Americana vibe, but not exclusively. So Mitch Easter produced this. It has Southern college garage rock, if that makes any sense at all, but it does have Americana vibes for me. 1987, this is their second album. I'm really loving this, but I need to find a better copy than this one. Has a warp that was probably destroying my stylus, but it was on the cheap and playable for the most part. But yeah, I'm going to be looking for probably a upgrade of that one at some point. That's the used stuff from last month. Bought way more than I anticipated. But I'll do a part 2 with new pickups. I can't recall if there's anything that's brand new, but just new records. And so until then, talk to you soon. Okay? Have a good one. Bye.